Well, ska really. I mean, it started early, as I said, the early '60s. The Jamaicans at the time were very much into their jazz. Louis Jordan, Fats Domino, and a lot of those artists came over to Jamaica from America and played. In the sort of mid '50s, when rock and roll came out, it was a beat and a style that the Jamaicans couldn't relate to, and it was there that they started to try and find their own music. Prince Buster was probably the first person to start doing ska. He had a track called "Oh Carolina," and the Rastafarians had like there was a guy called Count Ozzy who was up in the hills at Rastafarian, and they played to drums and they put that to the ska beat, and he recorded the first track, "Oh Carolina," and it kind of went on from there. It was never really completely accepted throughout the whole of Jamaica. It was mainly the poorer districts that hung to the music, and really loved it. I still think, you know, certainly the upper class areas of Jamaica were still listening to the jazz and never really gave it the time of day. So it kind of had its heyday sort of 1960 up to sort of 65, 66. And it kind of sort of, by 1966, it was a particularly hot summer that year, I've heard, and they just slowed the beat down, and then the introduction of rock steady came in, so it was a lot slower, so that, because they were just, ska dancing is particularly energetic, and if you've been doing that for 5 or 6 years, after a while they just like slowed it down. And in the Jamaican independence was a big thing, where they were like, yep, this is our music. They tried to take the music around the world as best they could, but obviously when you're dealing with the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, you're not really going to get much of a chance if you're flying a flag of this is a new type of music.